Ready?
Hello. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our dignitaries are just reaching the auditorium. We will accord them welcome. We also welcome our fellow speakers and to our audience joining us online across the world. Our dignitaries have reached the venue. Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Barkatullah University, Bhopal. Honorable Archbishop, Diocese of Bhopal, His Grace, Dr. A.A.S. Durairaj, Mr. Chanturia Georgi, Synergy University, Moscow, Mr. Avinash Sivalkar, CEO NABARD, our esteemed guests and dear participants. On behalf of the Bhopal School of Social Sciences, I extend a warm and cordial welcome to each one of you in this inaugural ceremony of the International Conference. May I request the dignitaries to take their seats, please? As we all know that we are here for an academic exercise which will pave way to the creation of India 2.0. The two-day international conference on multidisciplinary research perspectives will flag start today with the august consent of our chief guest. The conference has begun on a right note. The participation which the conference has witnessed in the form of registrations is overwhelming and is an omen to India becoming a global friendly power in this Azadi Ka Amrit Kal. It is most appropriate that we commence today's proceedings with the college anthem, as this event is in the string of our series of celebrations when BSSS stands tall in its Golden Jubilee year. Let us stand here at this temple of learning for the BSSS anthem and be an integral part of this academic celebration today.
BSSS, marching on. BSSS, marching on. To be a leader and a reformer, to be a catalyst and to be a therapist. BSSS, marching on. BSSS, marching on. To be a learner and a reviver, to be a teacher and to be a mentor, and above all to be a change with human values being instilled in the changing world.
Thank you, everyone. Having established the essence of this academic event, it's time now to seek the divine blessings for all of us present here. घेर रहा तिमिर संकट संशय पाप का, आओ सब मिलकर एक दीप जलाएं, धैर्य सहिष्णुता और विश्वास का, दया क्षमा शौर्य और विकास का। नकारात्मक का नाश हो जब कण कण प्रकाशित हो, समृद्ध हो सकारात्मकता हो, मानवता उल्लासित हो, ओजस्वी हो ऊर्जावान हो जाएं, ब्रह्मांड भी अचंभित हो, आओ एक दीप जलाएं, निर्भयता का, नवीनता का और प्रयास का। May I request Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, His Grace Dr. A.S. Durairaj, Mr. Chanturia Georgie, Mr. Avinash Sivalkar, Dr. Father John P.J., Dr. Sister Sonia Kurian, and Professor Vinay Mishra to light the lamp as a symbol of learning and knowledge. Thank you, dignitaries. Atithi Devo Bhava. It's time now to accord floral welcome to our esteemed guests who have taken time to grace this inaugural function with their benign presence. I request Dr. Father John P.J. to welcome our chief guest, Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Barkatullah University, Bhopal, with a bouquet as a token of our love, respect, gratitude, and appreciation for gracing the event and giving it an aesthetic and academic essence. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Father. I now request Dr. Sister Sonia Kurian, Vice Principal BSSS, to welcome His Grace Reverend A.A.S. Durairaj, Honorable Bishop, Archdiocese of Bhopal, whom we always look up to for grace and guidance. Thank you, His Grace, for being our guiding force. Thank you, Sister. I now request Dr. Laila Simon, convener of the conference, to welcome Mr. Chanturia Georgie, our keynote speaker for the day from Synergy University, Moscow, Russia. Thank you, sir, for being here with us today to add to the academic excellence of the event. Thank you, Laila ma'am. I request Professor Vinay Mishra to accord a floral welcome to Mr. Avinash Sivalkar, DGM, NABARD. Thank you, sir, for being our supporting partner, which means a lot to BSSS. Thank you, Professor Vinay. May I now request Dr. Gitanjali Srivastav, Organizing Secretary of the conference, to welcome our esteemed panelists. Dr. Anastasia Shanshina. May I request Sheena, ma'am? May I request Dr. Sheena to accord floral welcome to our esteemed panelists. Dr. Anastasia Shanshina. Ms. Ravisha Merchant, Mr. Anugrah Nagaich, Dr. Mangala Gauri, thank you so much, our esteemed panelists, for being a part of this conference, and we look forward to the ensuing brainstorming panel discussion. I also welcome our delegates from Synergy University, Moscow, Russia. May I request Dr. Ashish Dilraj, Dr. Binoy Erekal, Mr. Nitin Jain, and Mr. Zishan Ahmed Siddiqui to kindly accord floral welcome to our dignitaries from Synergy University. Sergey Sorobokotov, Dmitry Yurkov, Igor Kuznetsov, Yana Oseyeva, Tatiana Sloyonko, Alexander Chalian, Darina Somorodova, and Maxim Kuryadetsev. Thank you so much, all the dignitaries. The head of the institution is the host for the day, and the event should begin with the welcoming words of the host. I now invite Dr. Father John P.J., Principal BSSS, to deliver his welcome address.
Your Grace, Archbishop Dr. Sebastian Dureraj, Chief Guest of the Day, Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, Vice Chancellor, Barkatullah University. For your information from Synergy, that is our mother university here to which we are affiliated to. Delegates from the Synergy University, for whom we were waiting and longing to welcome in the city of Lakes, Bhopal. Panel experts, Mr. Avinash Shivalkar, they are our partner for this international conference. He is DGM from NABARD. All the scholars, members of the staff, and students. It's been long awaited. 2 long years went unheard, unknown to many. But then that we are now back to normal, we said we should go ahead with the spirit of the NEP, National Education Policy, that's been promulgated for our country, across the country during the season of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. I feel proud to announce that we were one of the first colleges in Madhya Pradesh to have started or to have taken up the spirit of NEP by starting the semester system, which is, or what is the backbone of the entire national education policy. A couple of days back, when our Honorable Prime Minister addressed a group of scholars, he said, the future lies in research. Not just by name, but quality research. And that is what we lack actually in our universities, in our colleges. And we are proud to set mode to this kind of a quality research program through this international conference held today. And the topic is very relevant: interdisciplinary research culture. How we can work together with different disciplines, as we have this time about 16 tracks, scholars, presenters presenting paper on various topics. And this is the spirit of higher education, the backbone of higher education. And we stand to promote higher education under the aegis of our mother university, Barkatullah. Sir, we are extremely happy that you are with us. You just made it possible, and I know how busy you are, being the Vice Chancellor of such a big university spread in different districts of Madhya Pradesh. Thank you for making it, and you are most welcome to our college any time that you wish to visit us. Thank you for making it for today. We welcome Your Grace, the Archbishop. He is our patron, and he is so obliging, so humble, so simple, so easy to dialogue. And he has also a doctoral degree from US in family counseling. Your Grace, your presence is always a pleasure for us, and that makes the occasion more solemn. And we feel truly privileged with your presence amidst us. You are most welcome, Your Grace. We have delegates from Synergy University, and we have many more programs, plans to build up together in the field of higher education. You know the NEP and the recent headlines in the newspaper that students can have dual degrees in the coming time. And that is again the spirit of NEP. And that will open up educational horizon across the globe. Forget about India. So your collaboration, your presence is a new beginning to our college and to our state. We welcome you, the entire team, wholeheartedly for this to this international research seminar today. Thank you and welcome. NABARD has always been very, I would say, supportive. We had a Jubilee Jest program in the month of November, and they have been extremely generous in supporting us financially and even otherwise. They have their door open for BSSS. Sir, today you represent NABARD, and you are the DGM, Mr. Avinash Shivalkar. We are extremely honored, and we thank you for your presence here, and most welcome to this occasion. We hope to hear from you. We have the extreme panelists from different areas, people with a lot of intellectual capacities in different areas of professional education. We are very happy to welcome you, and without you, this program would have been incomplete. Because thinking about a seminar like this, panel discussion is one of the most important resourceful resource in making it meaningful. We welcome you all. to this seminar today. All of you, His Grace asked me, what about the students today? We said, we have so many students, but there are student scholars, Your Grace, who have registered and also have got papers ready to present for today's program from our college and also from other colleges across Madhya Pradesh and across India and across the world. We are very happy that we had about 1,200 registrations, which I feel is something extraordinary, encouraging in the field of research. And we have also some students and staff from St. Aloysius, Jabalpur present here. They are already here yesterday. Some of them have reached in the morning. You are also most welcome to this seminar, and I congratulate at the very outset the team that have worked behind, headed by Laila Simon, Sheena, and yes, Tanuja ma'am, and Geetanjali. They were a team of four. Zishant sir, yes, because it is written, it's a joint effort of research and publication cell. So publication, I again like to make a mark on this. We have over the past 5 years published more than 100 books to its credit. Zishant has been actively involved in making this possible. So congratulations to the entire team and wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much, Father, not just for being a perfect host, but also for being a mentor par excellence. We value your contribution towards this institution and towards each one of us individually. BSSS, as the host institution for this conference, has a rich lineage. Let us now watch a short AV to know about the grand journey of BSSS past 5 decades.
The Bhopal School of Social Sciences, popularly known as BSSS, was established in 1972 by the Archdiocese of Bhopal as part of the vision of our founder chairman, Archbishop Eugene D'Souza. This vision since then has been taken forward by Archbishop Pascal Topno, followed by Archbishop Leo Cornelio. The college is all set to achieve new milestones under the able leadership of the Archbishop of Bhopal, His Grace Reverend Dr. A.A.S. Durairaj, and the Principal, Dr. Father John P.J. BSSS is an autonomous institution affiliated to the Barkatullah University, enlisted under sections 2F and 12B of the UGC Act with A grade, CGPA 3.27, having the motto, Towards a Better World. The major programs we offer are in humanities, English, psychology, social work, economics, management, commerce, science, computer sciences, education and physical education with honors courses in 5 subjects, namely English literature, social work, economics, psychology and BCom honors. We also offer 10 PG programs in subjects like English, economics, sociology, political science, psychology, computer science, social work, commerce, MBA and PGDCA. We have a strong student support system. Indigenous certificate and diploma courses are designed by the college to add value to existing degree programs, thereby supplementing the degree courses with additional qualifications and promoting interdisciplinary learning. Our best practices include Rhythm, an online international radio with a reach of 32 countries and a maximum of 53,000 listeners a day as of now, and Earn While You Learn, which enables students to become self-reliant by involving them in various commission projects and research studies with incentives. The distinctive practices include Dev Aharam, through which we serve a meal to AIMS patients, and Cow, Knowledge on Wheels, a novel initiative to promote education among the underprivileged and the marginalized. The BSSS Incubation Center is an approved host institute under the scheme of Support for Entrepreneurial and Management Development of MSMEs through incubators of the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Foreign collaborations with various universities in the US, the UK, Bangkok and European Union countries have prepared the students for a global culture of academics and in obtaining certificates and degrees. We pride ourselves on our environment-friendly 20-acre campus, infrastructure and facilities, which include an expansive library enriched with e-resources, well-equipped research, science and language labs, air-conditioned seminar and conference halls, Skype conference room, a state-of-the-art air-conditioned auditorium which is used for academic, cultural and sports events, as well as a recording and broadcasting studio. Inclusivity is our strength, and we take pride in standing tall for promoting inclusivity in society. We have an LMS learning system and self-developed e-content with more than 500 edited videos on various subjects pertaining to the courses run by the college. We also have proactive NCC and NSS wings. The Pedal Club and adventurous trips to the peaks of India's untouched lands make students enthusiastic and determined, purposeful and persevering. True to our vision to be a benchmark higher education institution of excellence, empowering future leaders by transforming knowledge to affirmative action, the alumni are a pride to the college and to the nation as they go forth to make their contribution towards a better world.
A grand journey indeed. This how far we have reached as an educational institution. And the conference today is yet another milestone in our journey towards excellence. Any conference is conceptualized by the convener, and the said concept is eventually executed by the organizing committee. I invite Dr. Laila Simon, convener of this conference, to throw light on the process of the birth of this idea and to make this idea blossom into a conference of this magnitude. Dr. Laila Simon.
Thank you, Shibani ma'am. Good morning to everyone present both online and offline. As we open this international conference on multidisciplinary research perspectives, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all and express my gratitude and warm welcome to all the dear participants. When I stand here as a convener of the conference, I feel honored to share that today's conference, we have enthusiastic participants who have registered from all major cities of India. The list of participants is quite impressive, with contributions as presenters, reviewers, advisory board members globally. We received participations from Iran, Iraq, Great Britain, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Yemen, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Australia, Kenya, Oman, Ghana, Vietnam, Malaysia, Morocco, Nigeria, Algeria, Portugal, United States, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Nepal, Romania, Tanzania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and of course the delegates from Synergy University, Moscow, who could at a very short notice reschedule their trip to India. The Conference on Multidisciplinary Research Perspectives 2023 is without exaggeration a long-awaited event after COVID, as we were all set for resuming in-person gathering. In this era of increasing engagement, multidisciplinary research can be considered as a subset of research collaboration. No branch of knowledge can be sufficient or complete in itself. At the same time, it cannot assert its capacity to solve all its problems independently. Therefore, each and every discipline is bound to take the help of the other disciplines in order to reach a suitable conclusion. So what we had done, we had a discussion with all the heads of the various departments to collaborate together on the various sub-themes that could be possible on this multidisciplinary research perspectives. And as a result, we could have submissions for 16 technical sessions for around 145 topics. And this enabled us to receive more than 1,500 plus registrations. Considering the huge number of registrations, we will be presenting the Best Paper Awards for the Best Paper Presentation as well as the poster makings. To motivate the technical sessions, the technical session in charges really worked very hard, getting maximum number of papers in their respective tracks. So they deserve a Best Track Participation Award as well. So we have also constituted the Best Institutional Award for the institution with maximum participation. I wish to extend my deep appreciation to NABARD for taking interest in our proposal and supporting us with the funding towards publications. Thanks a lot, sir. I also extend my special thanks to all our academic and MOU partners who helped in working relationships. I am sure that this conference will serve as an important feature to include in the CVs of all our junior colleagues, scholars, and students at large. With this large number of participants, we are sure that this conference will be a memorable, highly educational, and not to be missed even. We truly value your participation and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Laila. Since the conference is in hybrid mode, we have the recorded videos of our foreign delegates who could not join us physically. We appreciate their contribution towards making this conference a huge success. Their views and opinion will no doubt pave way to global research perspectives. The recorded AV of our expert speakers prove that though placed far away from us physically, we are yet united in our vision to build a research-oriented global village where India can play a phenomenal role. Let us now listen to the recorded AV of our subject expert, Dr. Tina Godfreys, Professor, Harvard University.
Hello, my name is Tina Grotzer, and I'm a faculty member and a researcher at the Harvard Graduate School of Education. Recently, I spoke with a reporter at the Times of India, and she wrote a lovely piece on the role of the teacher in developing environmental awareness for students. By chance, Dr. Sheena happened to read that piece, and through a bit of destiny, she brought us together today so that I am able to speak with you. It is my pleasure to be able to address your conference, and I hope that at some point I'll be able to come and visit to learn more about the work that all of you are doing. My work for the past number of decades has focused on helping the next generation to become more ecocentric global citizens, so really educating for the planet. We know that global climate change is upon us. We see it around us. We see it affecting the lives of those around us and all around the world. We also know that green jobs and becoming global citizens requires being able to think about these kinds of issues and to be able to think in a way that involves systems thinking and the ability to deal with complexity. And we see that across the various inventories having to do with green jobs. So this one here from the World Economic Forum highlights both system skills and complex problem-solving skills. So humans find it very difficult to reason about things like extended indirect effects, feedback loops, time delays, emergence, distributed causality, non-obvious causes. These are all very much a part of what's going on in the world of climate change. So let's look at a few examples. So when I was a kid, there was a big focus on pollution and air pollution, and there still is in many cities today. Air pollution is very different than carbon. You can see air pollution. It brings it to your attention regularly, and it makes it easier to reason about. It's very difficult to attend to what we can't see, and mechanisms that are non-obvious escape our attention. We don't allow for causeless effects as human beings, but until we can see effects, we often don't look for causes. And that gets us in trouble in a system such as climate change, where once you have discernible effects that you can see, it may be too late due to tipping points. So our recast work told us that, kids made these simplifying assumptions, and that if you designed instruction that helped them to restructure their causal assumptions, it mattered for all of the kids. It mattered the most for the ones who struggled in learning. So the lower level achievers made the most dramatic gains. So in summary, becoming a global citizen requires thinking about complex causality in systems. The human mind works in these ways that make it really hard to think about complexity. So students need opportunity to learn how complex causality works, and that our default assumptions can be problematic. And well-designed instruction can help them to get there. It can help them to become better complex causal and systems thinkers, and to grow into global citizens. So we have a lot of resources available. One of our websites is called Cognition in a Complex World, and you will find some of our curriculum materials there. We also have a series of curriculum for the virtual world experiment that I demonstrated, and that's on our EcoLearn website. So it was a pleasure talking with you today. I wish you the very best in your conference, and hope that we get to meet and exchange ideas soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tina. When you will listen to the podcast of this event or the YouTube streaming of this session, do accept our gratitude. It is an honor for us and a matter of immense pride that we have amidst us Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our affiliating parent body, that is Barkatullah University, Bhopal, gracing the event as our chief guest. Professor Jain is a versatile person, and that is a wonderful blend of administrative acumen and academic genius in his persona. With a postgraduate degree in mathematics and consecutive PhD, he has served as a professor in various engineering colleges. His successful tenure as the Registrar Rajiv Gandhi Pradyogiki Vishwavidyalaya witnessed grade A by NAC under his able leadership. He has been a member of the task force formed by the Government of Madhya Pradesh on National Education Policy 2020. Presently, as the Vice Chancellor, he is contributing substantially in creating a healthy academic ambience. Sir, we are humbled, and may we invite you on stage today to motivate us with your words of blessings.
In this international conference, father of BSS Institute, principal BSS Institute, different delegates from abroad, that means Russia, Mr. Shevalkar from Nawards, and all participants from different places of India as well as abroad. First of all, I welcome to all of you in the city of Pond, झीलों की नगरी में आपका स्वागत है, बंदन है, अभिनंदन है. And now the topic, International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research Perspectives. Multidisciplinary research perspectives. Today's it is necessary. आज जरूरत है, आवश्यकता है. द टाइम गॉन, वो टाइम चला गया जब हम अकेले अकेले रिसर्च करा करते थे, हम अकेले अकेले कुछ कुछ करते रहते थे. देयर आर सो मेनी चैलेंजेस, बहुत सारी चुनौतियां हैं हमारे सामने. Because of that, the research, it's not a, some people said this is my patent, this is my property, but in my opinion, research is never with the property of any one people. It is the property of the society, property of the institution, property of the university. And now in case of research, when we see in India's perspectives, भारत के परिवेश में, the research or innovation and new ideas, having each and every people having all these new ideas, innovations and research, you see, but still they are not writing in a page, they are not writing on a paper. Today's G20, you know very well, India is heading G20. And before me, some staff member showing the things, that these are the participants from the different countries, and now the base of the G20 is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Climate change, one future. Now I see here in this conference, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, एक परिवार, हम सब एक परिवार हैं, एक family है. And now in this conference we are seeing Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Many countries participating in this conference. When you see in the future, when you see in the past, an ancient story, Samudra Manthan, you know very well. सभी जानते होंगे समुद्र मंथन भारत में. And this is the one kind of research. जब समुद्र मंथन हुआ तब हमें पता चला कि विष क्या होता है और अमृत क्या होता है. What is the poison and what is the अमृत? In India, in भारत में तो रिसर्च की परंपराएं सदियों पुरानी हैं. मैं भारतवर्ष की बात करता हूं. सदियों पुरानी है. मानव सभ्यता ने जब जन्म लिया तब से भारत के कण कण में कंकर कंकर में शंकर है और कण कण में भगवान है, ऐसा हम कहते हैं और सिद्ध कर देते हैं. रिसर्च की बात जब तक हम करते हैं, लोग कहते हैं कि हमारे यहाँ रिसर्च मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी या किसी भी स्टाइल की रिसर्च हो. भारत के मुकाबले ना तो रिसर्च हुई है ना होगी, ये मेरा अपना मानना है. दिस इज माय ओपिनियन. और आज भी हम जो रिसर्च कर रहे हैं वो कई जगह से बहुत अच्छी रिसर्च हमारे यहाँ होती है. और उस रिसर्च का अनुकरण आज मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च की जब हम बात करते हैं, बहुत सारे, जैसे क्लाइमेट चेंज की मैं बात करता हूं, तो क्लाइमेट चेंज पर सिर्फ आप कहें कि पर्यावरणविद लोग ही करेंगे, अब वो दिन नहीं रहे, क्योंकि हम सब मिलकर अगर रिसर्च में ध्यान देंगे और सब लोग, यानी कि हर विधा के, हर डिसिप्लिन के लोग अपना थोड़ा थोड़ा भी योगदान देंगे, तो ये मान के चलिए कि मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च में बहुत सारे आउटपुट आज भी निकल के आएंगे। आज रिसर्च की जब हम बात करते हैं, so many times I called research, the meaning of research is changed. My meaning is research, you do something new. You show something for your society, for your world, for your city, for your country. भले ही छोटा करिए, small piece of research, but do something concrete. Do something positive. In multidisciplinary research, you see, today's we are saying climate change, economy also, one future, one nation also. If we do combined efforts, combined research, अगर हम combined प्रयास करेंगे, तो वो दिन दूर नहीं जब हम रिसर्च और इनोवेशन में नंबर 1 थे, होंगे और रहेंगे. On behalf of Barkatullah University, I call all of you, in case of research, new ideas, innovation, incubation, or any new research, I will always with you. You come at any time. As well, आपको हम फाइनेंशियल हेल्प करेंगे, हम आपको एपरेटसली हेल्प करेंगे, बट आइडिया शुड बी ओरिजिनल, वर्क शुड बी ओरिजिनल, एंड व्हाट यू वांट टू डू, आप क्या करना चाहते हैं, ये ओरिजिनल होना चाहिए. अभी हमने स्टाफ के अलावा, एक्सेप्ट स्टाफ, छात्रों को भी आमंत्रित कर रहे हैं कि वो रिसर्च करना चाहते हैं, वो न्यू आइडियाज़ पे वर्क करना चाहते हैं, वो नए स्टार्टअप ऑन करना चाहते हैं. ऑलवेज वेलकम. बरकतुल्लाह के दरवाजे आपके लिए हमेशा खुले हैं. आप कभी भी आइए, 24/7 आइए. वी ऑलवेज वेलकम यू. दिस नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस ग्रांड सक्सेस हो, इन्हीं शुभकामनाओं के साथ, on these words, I finish my statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom and guidance. Now it's time to felicitate the NCC cadets who have brought laurels for the college and for the state. May I request Dr. Father John, Dr. Sister Sonia Korean to accompany Professor Suresh Jain sir on stage, please, for the felicitation ceremony. May I also request Lieutenant Nasir Ali to be there with his cadets. May I call Cadet Parmanand Purohit. He has participated in the Republic Day Camp, New Delhi 2023 as marker MP and Chhattisgarh Directorate in Prime Minister's rally. Let's have a big round of applause. Cadet Deepak Tiwari participated in Republic Day Camp, New Delhi 2023. He was the contingent commander for Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh Directorate in Prime Minister's rally. A special mention that both the cadets have been shortlisted from MP and Chhattisgarh for youth education program. Thank you so much. Let us again revert to the recorded AV address by one of our expert speakers, Professor Jeffrey Long, Religion and Nation Studies, Elizabethtown College, Pennsylvania.
Hello and namaste. My name is Dr. Jeffrey D. Long. I am the Carl W. Ziegler Professor of Religion, Philosophy, and Asian Studies at Elizabethtown College in Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania, in the USA. It is a great honor for me to record this message for the plenary session of the inaugural ceremony of the International Conference on Multidisciplinary Research Perspectives. I am grateful to have been invited to this wonderful conference. I'm sure there are going to be excellent papers presented on a wide array of topics. I unfortunately am not going to be able to present. During the conference, I'm going to be involved in a program in Washington, D.C. This is an interfaith dialogue between representatives from the Hindu traditions and from the Catholic Church. And I have been very closely involved with both traditions, and it is going to be a real honor to be there. But sadly, that is going to keep me away from your excellent conference. I was invited by Dr. Vibha Rathod, and I am grateful to her for her invitation. A few years ago, she invited me to present for your university. I presented my work on the reception of the Upanishads through the centuries. I'm still working on that project and hoping to turn it into a book in the near future. But I am, in any case, as I have said, grateful to be asked to record this message. It is my sincere hope that you all have an excellent experience, that the presentations go well, that they lead to some great conversation on a wide array of topics crossing many diverse disciplines. We live in a time when it is more important than ever for us to draw knowledge from many different disciplines and many different sources, to take a holistic approach to humanity's problems. Our problems are very great and very grave indeed, and we need wisdom from the humanities, from the social sciences, from the physical sciences, and from our ancient wisdom traditions, as well as from our contemporary philosophies and newer understandings of reality. We need to pool all of these resources, all of the knowledge that humanity has accumulated, and come together in a cooperative way in order to find a path for humanity to live together amongst ourselves, nations, cultures, religions, peoples of different ways of life, as well as with the other life forms with whom we share this very fragile planet. It is my hope, again, that this conference will contribute to human knowledge, to our advancement, and to the creation of a situation in our world in which we can all live together peacefully, happily, and joyfully. So have a wonderful conference, a wonderful experience, and my very best wishes to you all. Thank you.
Do accept our heartfelt gratitude, Dr. Jeffrey, for joining us virtually and widening our thoughts. Having set the tone, rhythm, and momentum for the conference, let us listen to the keynote address of Mr. Chanturia Georgi from Synergy University, Moscow, Russia. Dr. Chanturia has been the acting Vice Dean for Academic Affairs at Moscow State University of Psychology and Education. He has also worked as a project leader in various projects. Today, Sir is going to speak on critical economic conditions as a growth factor of the cloud services industry. May I invite Mr. Chanturia to proceed with his enlightening talk, please?
Oh, I can stand on this? Even stand on it. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Just one minute. Sure. Okay, hello everyone.
First of all, I wanted to say that we are all very glad to be here. We are very thankful for you for booking us, and I hope that our work together will build up a new and strategic benefits for both our universities and colleges. So today my topic will be about how the critical conditions of the economy can fall one structural elements of the economy and rise in other ones. It is more about finding the way to adapt to new threats and opportunities that economic situation can give you in some specific periods of time. Next slide, please. So first of all, just to be sure that we are talking about all the same, in Russia, economy works in 10 years old circles that our government calls the strategic ways of development. So now we are living in a strategy of digital economy, which had begun in 2020 and will be finished by 2030. It is also called strategy 2030 strategy. And as I know, at the moment, India is also using the strategy of digital India. So by the way, we can say that we are moving in the same direction and we are following the same goals, both of our countries. Next, please. So this is the Industry 4.0 as we see it, and the technologies that it will give us, and that will provide us more ways to adapt to new economic threats. And one of the most important of them for us today is the cloud solutions. And I will be glad to tell you why it is so important today. Next, please. So this is our digital circle. There are top organizations that make the most profit in digital economy, and these are the stakeholders of our digital economy and the organizations that have been working in Russia for almost 30 years, most of them. Next, please. So here's the contribution, the diagram with the contribution to the Russian economy. They had together like 9.5 billion rubles in last year. And when we are talking about rubles, we can say that rupee and rubles are approximately of the same size and of the same price today. So when we are saying 1 billion rubles, we can say that it is approximately like 1.12 billion rupees. So here is the total contribution that they brought to Russian economy from 2011 to 2021. And as you can see, it has grown significantly, almost 70 times. And there were years that were more benefiting, and there were years that had more plain growing. Next, please. Now, this is one of the most important slides. It shows the percentage of growth from year to year of our economy. And as you can see, there is the falls, 2 times, a big falls after the crisis of 2030-2040, the worldwide crisis of economy, and in 2020 when the coronavirus struck and the whole our economy had to drive in a different way. But, no, previous please. But the most important idea of this is that no matter how strong the economy falls, it had always found its way to build up again and to find new solutions to develop. Next, please. So I'll be really quick here, not to get you boring by this slide. So this is the market value in the segment of marketing and advertising, and we can see the main structural components that consist in this area. Next, please. And here are the market values in the segment of electronic commerce, which has also significantly grown. Next. Market value in the segment of digital content. Next. And market value, this is one of the most important value in the segment of infrastructure. And as we can see, in the infrastructural segment, the biggest growth of all the structural elements was in the cloud solutions, especially in models of using like infrastructure as a service and platform as a service. Next, please. So we can say that cloud solutions and cloud technologies in basic are the leaders of the economic growth in Russia for today, and we believe that this situation will keep up for at least 3 or 5 years approximately. Next, please. So here are 3 models of the using of cloud services, and as I say, the most productive for us today are the platform as a service and the infrastructure as a service. Next, please. So there's the benefits that one of the biggest cloud solutions providers, Amazon Web Services, describes to its customers. But there is also one more that they have never thought about. the cloud solutions may be useful for you, extremely useful, in case if you cannot purchase new technical equipment, in case if this equipment is too expensive for you, in case if this equipment will be delivered for you too late, or in case if your country is in some serious economical crisis that we fall in after the February of 2022. So cloud solutions were one of the ways how our big digital companies kept their businesses running, even though they could not purchase any new servers and etc. Next, please. So also, all the sanctions that happened with our country bring out some negative factors with them. The most prior of them were the restrictions on the supply of technological products, the point that all the researches and developments were frozen, and the reduced number of the main worldwide providers like Amazon, like Microsoft, like Google, and etc. Next, please. But there were also some positive sides. First of all, thank you so much. First of all, it made Russian companies come back to domestic clouds. Maybe it was not so good for them, but it was particularly good for the economy of Russia itself. Also, we suspended some of laws that were following the digital economy companies, and in this situation, the cloud solution companies were able to grow their prices a little bit. And talking about the growing of prices, we can take a look at the ecosystem elements of our biggest cloud solutions provider, Yandex Cloud. And you can see that during the last year, they increased their prices of their main cloud products from 40 to 60 or even 80%. Just in short, to be sure that there is 89% of population of Russia who is using internet, and 77% of them using it daily. So cloud products are really, really important and really, really have a long way to go in our country. And this is the usage of cloud services by our companies. As you can see, only 26% of companies use it on a regular basis already. So we can say that this is the market that must grow in next few years, and has all the opportunities to do so. Also, talking about the structure of market, 16% of our market were in software, 93% were in services, and 45% in hardware. So again, declining to buy the hardware was a really dangerous and serious strike for our economy. Now we can compare Russian economy of cloud solutions with the worldwide economy, and we can say that it is almost 2 times lesser, because if worldwide almost 3.7% of companies use the cloud services, there is only 5.7 companies in Russia as well. So there is the diversity of using the cloud services among the Russian companies depending on their size. When we can see that, as for today, using the cloud services is the priority of the big company and the large companies, while the smallest companies cannot use them properly, and they still have to use some domestic ways of working with the cloud services. And here is the main structural ways of our economy that use cloud services most of all. First of all, there is financial services, then IT sector, then governmental sector, entertainment and media, and of course professional services. Next, please. It's okay, you can go to the 3rd slide. With the table. Okay, thank you. Just a little more. Okay, thanks. So if we take a look at the comparison of cloud solutions that are presented worldwide, for example, from Amazon Web Services, and the cloud solutions that were presented by Russian domestic companies such as Yandex, VK Cloud, or Sbercloud, we can say that all the main structural elements of working with cloud solutions were already taken by Amazon, but there are also alternatives from the Russian domestic providers. So we can say that we don't have that much diversity of products that Amazon have already, and we don't have that much experience that Amazon has, and yet we can say our own word and build our own product and build our own economical structure in this way. So key takeaways, 28.5% of companies intend to increase the usage of cloud. 37% of companies are going to increase the usage of cloud during the next year. Cloud services are extremely useful in case if you cannot purchase new equipment and if you are sanctioned. And the cloud technology market is one of the ways to develop when your economy has some crisis, risky situations. So what is the most important key takeaway from all this presentation that I gave to you? No matter how hard the economical situation gets, it is most important that the people who construct the economy would always find a way to build it up again and would always communicate and make our lives better. So I believe that looking at this, we can already say that our friendship and our partnership as well may also help us to make our lives better and to make our economies grow faster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chantoria, and I hope the participants will contact you for further information on the subject concerned. On a lighter note, I just hope that I have pronounced the names of our Russian delegates correctly with my mother tongue intervention, of course. So my apologies in case there are some mistakes. May I now take this opportunity to invite Mr. Avinash Sivalkar, DGM, National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, Bhopal, to deliver his keynote address. He is an electrical engineer and an associate from Indian Institute of Banking Association. He has worked for rural infrastructure, warehousing infrastructure, food processing infrastructure, and R&D fund. A man with a vision towards creating a developed society, Mr. Sivalkar knows and understands the importance of education, and that is why his support to BSSS is much appreciated. In his august presence, we want to announce that we wholeheartedly appreciate for being the supporting partner. Thank you, sir, for holding our hands to pave the path towards progress. Mr. Avinash.
A very good morning to all of you. I belong to an institution, NABARD. I'll come to that. Before starting, first of all, a very good morning to Archbishop Dr. Durai Raj Saab, respected VC Saab Barkatullah ji, then Father John, delegates from Russia, and the participants. This is my first occasion to stand in front of the academic fraternity. I have addressed mostly bankers and mostly the infrastructure people. But I am holding the charge of research and development also. So I would just put across in a few sentences that what we expect from research. See, research in India is at, I still say it is at a nascent stage compared to what our economy is growing at. We are one of the world's fastest growing economy. We are looking ahead to be a developed nation in a very short span of 20 years, 25 years. Today our per capita income is around $2,200, and we will be moving ahead somewhere around $7,000, where from that benchmark it goes towards the developed nation. NABARD is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. So both these parameters, agriculture and rural, these are very important and critical for the growth of this country, because more than 60% population is dependent on agriculture. To bring to the fact that in India, of the total budget, we spend around only 0.7%, roughly around 16,000 crores towards the research and development. Majority of this, almost 55 to 60%, is from the government sources. Okay. Now what we look for, NABARD has been piloting a lot of projects, innovative projects. One of the most successful microfinance project by self-help groups. This has today been one of the most successful program for NABARD, where 10 crore people have been connected with the banking sector. It took us a long time, more than 1.5 decades, but those were the social transformative products which we could ground successfully, and we could build upon that, and today we can see that a lot of people have been connected. As far as research is concerned, so far we could see a lot of research being done in India is for the incremental growth. But we are looking something for a transformative growth. That is NABARD what is looking for. I'll quote a small example. For our agriculture was totally dependent on, we call it urea, that is a 50 kg bag, which directly impacts the agriculture productivity and production. Today we have in our own country, we have researched, developed the nano fertilizer, and that too by a cooperative, that is the IFCO. That is just a nano fertilizer 500 ml bottle, which is as good as our liquid detergent, which takes care of 50 kg of fertilizer bag. Now imagine the efforts which we did. In our agriculture, we did a lot of efforts, but this transformative research took us 50, 70 years post-independence. So now once this research, these are the applied science researches which will really help the farmer, because if you imagine urea, almost 70% of it was imported from abroad. Our high dependence on foreign exchange was there. Okay. So when a 50 kg bag was transported, it included logistic cost. It had pollution impacts. So many bags to be transported across the nation. So looking forward, what we do for research, that is more important. NABARD has its own program in various banking sectors where we try to deal with pilot projects, be it our Tribal Development Fund, where we connect with the tribals, build them some working models in respect of wadis, horticulture, product and produce, and connect them with the bank. So banking credit is important. Where banking credit, the research which is required is to high productivity and high yields. So these things, I think academics, scientists, and scholars should know. Second important part is from our mandate also. It is the inclusive growth and the social transformations, especially relating to the social evils of liquor consumption. There are certain gaps in delivery of health system. These needs to be addressed by the fraternity through the research models. I would like to see some of the research papers where we joined hands with BSS. We try to see some of the papers which are coming to us and how we can dovetail them with our ongoing projects at the ground level. So this has been a very challenging aspect for us. I, personally a banker, we calculate everything in terms of ERR, economic rate of return and internal rate of return. But I think social sciences will be always saying the social rate of return will be more important and more apt for us also equally, because we are now moving towards a more developed economy. So I wish on behalf of NABARD to all the fraternity members that all the research papers, wherever you are doing it, if you look at us and if you want any support from our side, we will be more than helpful. We have a very lean institution. There may be some sort of delays from our side, but the main focus is to get on board the research teams on our, as far as possible, where we can support them and see that how we can get the research teams on board on our piloting projects. I, on behalf of NABARD, will be very grateful to BSS to share the outcomes of this conference. And we also will be glad if anything which is more required from our side, not today, in future also, we are always there. Thanks to Sheena Madam and Thomas Madam for that. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Avinash. Your support is much appreciated. We have the virtual presence of Dr. Kittikon Daupiset, Associate Dean, Graduate School of Business and Advanced Technology Management, Bangkok. Let us listen to his recorded address.
Archbishop Dr. Suray Raj, Reverend Father Johnny's Principal of BSSS and distinguished delegate, Dr. Kittikon Daupiset, on behalf of my organization, Assumption University, take privilege in congratulating BSSS to completing glorious 50 years in the field of education. It is right to say that it takes only one to make a difference like it, and that's exactly what BSS has done in the field of education in the city of Bhopal. BSSS is on a mission of defining gravities by scaling new height, and with each passing years are 50 years. I am extremely excited to know that BSSS is organizing an international conference on the topic Multidisciplinary Research Perspectives, which will provide a platform to all participants to showcasing their academic progress, and will also be instrumental in their overall developments of research field. There's no doubt that conference is going to be a huge success, owing to the relentless efforts of all the team members. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak amongst the most extreme personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields. Keep experimenting, keep going, and keep celebrating. Thank you, and have a nice day and successfully for this conference.
Thank you, Dr. Kittikon, and kindly take note of our appreciation and gratitude to you for being a part of this conference. The chairman of the Bhopal School of Social Sciences has given wings to the college, and as we celebrate our golden jubilee under his sage guidance, we feel secured, strong, and confident. May I now, with most humble reverence, invite His Grace, Reverend Dr. A.A.S. Durairaj, to bless this solemn gathering with his practical words of wisdom.
Honorable Chief Guest and our Vice Chancellor, Professor Suresh Kumar Jain, and all of our distinguished delegates, guests, our speakers, and respected Principal Dr. Father John, staff, and our students, and all the participants, multidisciplinary, multicultural, cross-cultural, intercultural perspectives, approaches. They are very interesting. They are challenging, and we all know when we approach, take these multidisciplinary perspectives, it is always enriching. It is always enriching. We enrich one another. So in this whole academic exercise, I want to take a minute or two from a religious perspective. In the past 2 years, Holy Father Pope Francis called us, invited all the members of the Catholic Church to reflect on this theme for a synodal church: communion, participation, and mission. And so this exercise has been going on in every small community level, at the grassroots level, children, youth, men, women, priests, sisters, they all. Then from that local level to the diocese level, and from there to national level, from there to continental level. So for a synodal church, we all communion, then participation, and our mission of our human beings is going on to grow in love, compassion, peace, and joy. And so I'm extremely delighted to see, Father John, that we have taken a synodal approach, and also with the Synergy University. It's something very interesting how we come about. Everywhere it's the synodal approach that produces this synergy, the tremendous synergy that produces, that is very productive, that is very constructive. I am indeed delighted to see every step our college under the leadership of Dr. Father John and all our staff members working together, students. This is a synodal approach where we all enjoy from the grassroots level and to the top level leadership. I extend hearty congratulations to all the members who are working together under your leadership, Dr. Father John, and I pray that the Lord bless, may He bless all our initiatives. Thank you. God bless you.
Gratitude to His grace for your much cherished blessings. Moving ahead in the itinerary is the panel discussion. May I now invite Dr. Sheena Thomas, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Education, BSSS, and Dr. Ritvik Gandhe, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Social Work, to moderate the panel discussion. As we know, our Vice Chancellor is extremely busy with other academic activities, so he might leave us in between. I take this opportunity to present him a memento on behalf of the Bhopal School of Social Sciences as a humble gesture of our gratitude, love, appreciation, and veneration for him. May I request Dr. Father John P.J., Principal BSSS, to felicitate Professor Suresh Kumar Jain for being here with us today, and we promise that BSSS will keep striving for excellence always. Thank you so much, sir. We move ahead with the panel discussion. I request Dr. Sister Sonia Kurian, Vice Principal BSSS, to present a memento as a humble gesture of gratitude to the chairperson of our college, Archbishop, Diocese of Bhopal, His Grace, Reverend A.A.S. Durairaj. Thank you, His Grace, for always being there with us.
The whole is greater than the sum and its parts, as said by Aristotle the Great.
Exactly, Dr. Sheena. This quote really emphasizes that the effect of sum total, when put together, is more than their individual effects as a total. This is what we call synergy effect.
Right. And this reminds me of another quote which talks about innovation happens when disciplines and ideas intersect. Right?
Exactly, Dr. Sheena. And so, therefore, we are gathered here to really discuss and deliberate upon various ideas which are innovative in nature and interdisciplinary in nature. Really, the perspective of research is truly multidisciplinary, and therefore, we are gathered here to discuss multidisciplinary aspects of research.
So we welcome you all to this panel discussion on the International Conference of Multidisciplinary Research Perspectives. In this panel discussion, we will be exploring the conference theme and discussing the key takeaways and insights.
In this panel discussion, we have today a panel of distinguished experts from various fields who will be sharing their thoughts and insights, and we hope that this discussion will be informative, engaging, and thought-provoking.
Let's put our hands together for the galaxy of distinguished panelists we have. First on board, Dr. Ritvik, go ahead and introduce.
Thank you, Dr. Sheena. So let us have a round of introduction for our august panel. First of all, let me invite our foreign delegate, that is Dr. Anastasia. Dr. Anastasia is Executive Director, Department of International Business Affairs, Education, Novosibirsk State Pedagogical University, Novosibirsk Faculty of Foreign Languages, German and English Department. Anastasia is an expert in international educational system involved both in international students recruitment and organization of international business events, forums, and master classes. Synergy Global Forum in Moscow, St. Petersburg, New York, master classes in America, Russia, Great Britain, Turkey, and many other countries added great value to the Anastasia's professional experience. Anastasia joined Synergy Corporation in 2015 and since then has been successfully running international projects of Synergy in different areas of the world. We welcome you, Anastasia.
Most welcome to the Bhopal School of Social Sciences. Next, in line we have Ms. Ravisha Merchant. She's an interior designer, art and craft curator, and Feng Shui practitioner. Ravisha was leading the team designing the presidential suites at the Hotel Moria Sheraton, New Delhi, and conceptualized India design for ITC Will Sports Showroom, Tanesh Showroom, the set design for Simi Grewal's show Rendezvous with Simi, and the residence of Srimati Ambani for Seawind Mumbai at Mumbai. Practicing independently for the last 22 years, she runs her studio by the name Trivera Designs in Bhopal and Mumbai. Her studio follows a creative approach in retail design, hospitality, commercial, and residential interiors. She has a keen interest in arts and crafts and tries to promote the local craftsmen and artists from across India through her work. May we have?
We welcome you.
Thank you.
Welcome to this conference. Now it is time to invite Dr. Mangala Gauri. It's my proud honor and privilege to introduce the audience to Dr. Mangala. Dr. Mangala Gauri, an alumna from Jawaharlal Nehru University, is an assistant professor with the Higher Education Department working currently in Madhya Pradesh government. She has worked as a social scientist at the Good Governance Institute, Bhopal, and headed around 15 research projects relating to various issues of governance, policy making, and social behavior. She is a published author, a very distinguished published author who primarily works on systemic issues, women empowerment, and decentralization. She is presently posted as officer on special duty at the Resident Commissioner's Office in Madhya Pradesh Bhavan, New Delhi. We welcome Dr. Mangala Gauri.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Next in line, we have Dr. Anugrah Nagej, and it's my proud privilege to welcome him on stage. Professor Anugrah Nagej is currently serving in the Department of Architecture and Planning, Manat, Bhopal, an institute of national importance. He likes to explore the confluence of technological advancement and spatial environment and strives to address the challenges facing the habitats today through the possible integration of advanced geospatial analysis, machine learning, and artificial intelligence with efficient and effective spatial planning and management. We welcome you, sir.
Welcome, sir. So, Dr. Sheena, let us have a seat and start discussing.
Yes.
A very warm morning to all of you. And as we now are beginning with our panel discussion, Dr. Sheena, wouldn't it be nice if we really go and start with the philosophical thought that Aristotle has put, and whereby he is trying to suggest that things are whole. And isn't it really so that the knowledge is also whole, and we human beings have compartmentalized it into various disciplines? Say, for example, psychology, economics, governance, this and that, and so on and so forth. But the point is that knowledge is just one. I mean, even today, the London School of Economics, people know it by London School of Economics, but it's actually London School of Economics and Political Science. So the political science people somewhere acknowledge that we are basically grown out of economics. So, and that's how the research works. Research creates knowledge, adds knowledge, and further produces knowledge, so that the branches emerge and emerge like tree, you know. So actually the knowledge is the whole one, and we just bifurcate it for our multidisciplinary
Very rightly
perspectives.
said, Dr. Ritvik, and this brings us to ask our panelists for their opening remarks on the objectives of research. First to you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. A very warm good afternoon to all the participants. As the theme has been set, knowledge is about the capabilities to perceive the things in whole, right? And me hailing from a technological discipline, I would like to narrate a very small example in front of everyone. Yes, we have a lot of silos, but those silos were restricting us perhaps by the technological capabilities of that particular point of time. As a matter of fact, I mean, the most simple, basic observations around us are very complex in nature. They, by very emphasis on the nature of operation, highlight the fact that in order to deal with them, we need complex multidisciplinary approaches in order to analyze and propose the appropriate solutions. For example, if I wave my hand from top to bottom, right, and the way we move our bodies along in the room, or if I get a sense of some heating instrument, I immediately, pull back my hand from that heated object. Now, if I'll ask you a simple question, what kind of operation is this? Is it purely a mechanical operation? Is it purely an electrical operation? I mean, my brain signals are sending electricity sparks in very fast pace that is kind of mobilizing the mechanical action, directing my hand to pull away from the heated source. Now, this very nature of human working, human behavior, gives us an idea that the world is not as simple as it seems, and hence it becomes imperative to us to perceive it from complex, multidimensional approaches. We have to take necessarily help from a lot of disciplines in order to even mimic basic, simple human actions. And as we'll increase the range of our observation to other environmental phenomena, like we have in coastal areas, long coconut trees, who, by virtue of their roots, kind of suck in the salty water. However, the water that is transferred on the very top through some action, biochemical action, results into the coconut having the water salt exactly equivalent to the salt composition that is in our bloodstream. Now, what kind of operation is this? Is it purely a mechanical operation? Is it only a biological operation? And this should make us understand and believe in the fact that if we want to perhaps address even the simplest of all the natural phenomena, or to the most complex of the challenges that mankind is facing today in terms of global warming and climate change, we definitely need multidisciplinary approaches to be able to get past the hurdles.
Maybe now have the thoughts of Mangala ma'am on this.
A very good morning to all of you. We are all living in a globalized world, and everything has opened up. In a sense, like we are in this VUCA world where things are getting increasingly complex, increasingly volatile, and to approach anything, you know, the worm's eye view does not suffice anymore. So the time has come to break the barriers, to understand each other more. And being a social scientist, I feel that even personal problems to systematic problems have such a complex narrative that you have to view it through different lens, at least to get a holistic understanding. And a holistic understanding is extremely, extremely essential to get into the root of the problem. And even what I feel is that research is also changing shape these days. Like we are more into a problem-solving mode. Like we are faced with a set of problems. Research is not just for research's sake. We have to get into the causalities, and we have to get into the modalities, and then we have to bring up solutions. So this was one issue I have faced during my research, because in social science there is this defamed aspect also, like we keep on theorizing. No, now we have to get into the solutions. So in order to get into the solutions, what is the way forward? You bridge barriers. You have to get into the shoes of others. You have to think from others' perspective, and you have to give respect to others' knowledge, and then maybe come to a holistic viewpoint from where maybe a solution can emerge. So in this era of, you know, problems and problem solving, I think multidisciplinary research is the way to go, and probably we may have to graduate from multidisciplinary perspective to a convergence perspective, where there is an integration of data, where there is an integration of tools, and everybody is striving for that elusive solution.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And as you rightly said, the future belongs to multidisciplinary research. And we've heard the perspectives from the point of view of pure scientists and from the point of view of a social scientist. The opening remarks of Dr. Anastasia.
Yes, hello everyone. And again, thank you for welcoming us here as a delegation. And today, of course, I would like to share our opinion about the research topic itself and about the cooperation in terms of the research between countries. Yeah. But first of all, talking about this, I would like to say that education is a lifelong process. We start learning since the childhood. And when the child grows, when the child receives the new information, that is where research starts. And at the age of 3 years old, I think we are all researchers, because we are all exploring the world. We are all learning as fast as possible. And at this age, our brain works on our maximum, I suppose. So the same is, if we would like to have the better results, we have to think as a child and explore everything which is new. Things around are teaching us. People around are teaching us as well in this process. And as my friend, Mr. Nassim Nicholas Taleb says, that there are black swans. And the matter that we all see only white swans doesn't mean that black swans don't exist. So with the help of research, what we can do is we can not just predict all of the facts or know all the truth, but we can make at least these black swans, not black, but gray. So in terms of multicultural researches, I think it is a very good time and opportunity for different countries, especially Russia and India, as we have very close relations in between us since even Soviet Union and earlier. And we can work on joint researches that will bring together our expertise in different fields, because we have a fundamental educational system. And now, while here in India, I can see that joint researches can be even more productive than in other countries. So again, research and education is something which makes us greater countries. And joint researchers can bring this expertise together, and we can achieve better results. Yeah, so that is my point of view and the point of view of like maybe not only mine, but I think again education is not preparation for the life, it's life itself.
Thank you, Anastasia. Let us hear Ravisha ji. Yeah, Ravisha.
Good afternoon, everyone. And like Anastasia said, I think we human beings are born researchers. I mean, from the time we are born till date, we are always looking for something. And I think the world has become very easy now. Unlike, I don't see it complex. I think it's just right in your hands. So you'll just find solutions so easily. Talking about my service industry, where we come from, I think collaboration is a key, and exploration is the engine for innovation. So being an evolutionary researcher, I think we're always looking for materials, for sustainability, for researching skill, researching where we can find the right craft, where we can use the local services. So the research is always on, and I think it's collaboration that when put together, there is a solution provided for a client. With collaboration, we come together, whether it's the vendors, whether it's the client, whether it's the workers. So it's all a game of identifying the skills, identifying the researching on who you can work with and who you can provide a solution with. So I think collaboration is a key word for me.
Right. As you said, Ravisha, collaboration is the key. But the world got divided into two parts, post-COVID and pre-COVID. How do you think, the dear panelists, the research process has evolved post-COVID, right from the way how we collect data, collating data, to the data mining process, the analysis, and per se the research aspect itself? Anybody can open.
The human civilization across all the millennia have thrived on the surviving abilities. We have been able to perceive a lot of threats as opportunities to develop new skills. And that is how we have lasted since a lot of millennia, where other organisms which were not able to adapt themselves with the rising challenges could not do so. So post-COVID scenario, yes, we have had a lot of opportunities. I mean, if somebody would have asked about e-mode of education, online meetings, in 2019 itself, people would have laughed over the idea of having online collaborations, having online exercises, and big companies allowing their employees to work from home even for an extended period of time when the COVID subsided. But now, 2 years down the line, it is all the reality. And this has opened up, in spite of a lot of difficulties that we have had in the past, but this has opened up a lot of possibilities. We just witnessed a lot of video bites given by a lot of international experts, right from Bangkok to the States. I mean, this perhaps could not have been possible before the COVID. And hence, I would like to, emphasize on the point that the collaboration extent, which Ms. Merchant rightly talked about, has increased further. With the advancement in technologies, we are all talking about AI. Now, there are serious concerns about the matter of ethics, because the AI is trying to replicate the same way a human mind picks up the functions. And just like the human mind picks up a lot of biases, it is very important for us to see those ethics and those biases not getting into the backbone and the back end of AI systems. And that is where, even in the most cutting-edge technological research, humanities is playing a crucial role. Now, this again highlights the importance of interdisciplinary approach in the most advanced application. I mean, we have got sociologists, psychologists being hired at the topmost managerial positions in almost all big tech companies, right from Indian Ola to Facebook to Twitter. This highlights the fact that post-COVID world, with the increased technological embed, is offering us more opportunities for collaboration and as well as for interdisciplinary research.
I'll just add one point. I think it's post-COVID, I think people are more focused. They know their priorities, and they know exactly where they need to, focus their priorities, and they're more, working towards building that, collaborating again, and giving solutions.
Yes, thank you. I agree with you totally. The COVID and pandemic time gave us lots of time to rethink and refocus. And as in majority of the countries, in Russia definitely, in India, I also know that people were sitting home. They were not be able to go out, and that means that they were all concentrated on doing researches and different projects at home. Like they were more focused, more concentrated. And during that time, I know that, for example, in Russia, lots of investigations were, not investigations, but lots of researches were made. And for example, there was a new DNA process opened by the Russian specialist, by the Russian doctor, which recently was presented to the world. And also, like lots of things became digital. It gave opportunity for professors communicate easily, because before pandemic, like people preferred to like travel, to communicate physically, to have like joint researches somewhere. But when COVID moved and forced us to do that online in a digital form, at the beginning it was tough, but at the end it completed, it moved to the very, very easy and simple process. So professors and scientists from all over the world got chance to communicate, and they knew that they cannot travel, but they can focus on their joint researches or their own researches they are during the pandemic time. So I think after pandemic, definitely there is a bigger focus, bigger concentration on research, and people know now that it's better to predict on have something new in order to wait for like pandemic or other situation which may happen. So again, more concentrated, more focused, and more developed, I think, in digital also.
Yeah, I will also like to add something to what my esteemed colleague here said. Post-COVID, a lot of opportunities is open for us, and technology has taken over majorly. But another aspect that I feel has emerged is the difference in the way we have started thinking. There is a paradigmatic shift in the thought process. Like pre-COVID, even coming to policy making especially, like I worked in certain policy making researches also, such kinds of challenges were never, it was never in the picture, it was never in the horizon. Now, such uncertainties can happen, and I think the most wonderful aspect about us human beings is the kind of way we adapt. We adapt to these things, and then our thought process is like more like, now it's more about management. I think everybody has become skilled managers. Management as an ability, it has grown in leaps and bounds during the COVID era, and I think it is reflecting in the present researches also. Like coming to the present day policy making, we do have this zone for uncertainties. Like come this, now what is step number 2? What is step number 3? This kind of a thought process is sit in, which I feel is pretty healthy.
Yeah. So Mangalaji rightly said. Dr. Sheena, this brings us to really think about the perspectives of the research. Now, popularly, people believe, and our august panelist also would join me in in this, that people say that industrial research is something very different, academia is very different, and Mangalaji also said previously, you said that research should not be the sake of it. So people say in other terms that it's more and more academic in nature. And that's how it has been actually. It's more and more academic in nature. In academic institutions, it's just academic. Well, we don't focus on innovation. And that's why we need to bridge the gap. Something like that. So, this brings us actually again to the perspective point. What do you think as a panelist, and what is your opinion on this, what we call extension and transcendental paradox, where the journals and academic researchers are trying to extend their body of knowledge. At the same time, we say that, research is multidisciplinary and it doesn't need to fit in particular discipline or so. So this paradox, and then there is need for innovation. how are we going to bridge this gap with the resources that are available to us? Maybe.
See, one is the data research, like the academic research you're talking about, where you are very precisely know that you're going to go by the plan. This is, I'm talking about in a very practical manner, like it's a minute by minute planning, it's the process is planned, everything is researched, that this is step A, B, C, D.
Right.
That's like theoretical kind of planning, but then there is people like me who are more of evolutionary researchers who go by the process, whose thinking possibly changes while the process is going on. But at the back of the mind, I keep the data there and I know where I'm going and this is what I have to do. But then these are the circumstances and I can change.
Right.
And that's how you kind of adapt. I think we are now at an age where we have to learn to adopt and adapt both.
Absolutely.
The theories and the practical scenario. So I think that's where we need to bridge the gap.
Yes, thank you. Definitely. We not only need to adapt, but we need to, at the beginning, understand that we need to have some A and B plan because something unexpected can happen. So we can see that. And again, like taking into consideration that there should be some flexibility, we anyway should stick to the point, to the plan. Yeah, and in this case, we also can think, and sometimes the result can happen, can achieve much more faster. It can be slower, but it can be again faster. And everything depends on us, on our planning, on our structure, and on our flexibility in this case.
Anugraha, you would like to say something on this?
My opinion holds two things, essentially limitations, which kind of restricted our ability to perceive interdisciplinary approach towards knowledge generation. First was limitations with respect to the technological capabilities. I mean, the technology has evolved exponentially in the past 6 decades. By 1950s, we did not have any trace of computer science, and electrical energy was originating what is known as electronics and communication. By 1980s, electronics and communication was originating what is known as computer science. By 2000s, information technology was getting originated from computer science discipline. Now in 2023, we have got a lot of technological opportunities. We have got smartphones in our pocket. We have got wearable devices which are pretty smart, which while running on Internet of Things, can upload the data on real time, thereby helping the policymakers, the designers, the educationalists to analyze the impact of their actions. So this technological capability has increased tremendously in the past 6 or 7 decades, giving us the opportunity to actually think of and explore and apply what is known as interdisciplinary research. The other thing was, the distinction between fundamental research and applied research. I think that was one major reason why we were not able to link what research was taking place in the fundamental research labs into the industrial applications. But with the help of these technological advancements, now it is possible for us to perhaps target a research in multiple dimensions, right? We can explore some fundamental elements and try to find out the practical benefits. We can cut out that portion of research and develop it into an applied part, thereby making prototypes. And that is one reason why there are a lot of startups which are getting originated, which are based upon fundamental research. This was not the case in the first dot-com revolution that hit us in the 2000s. So I think I perceive the technology to be a double-edged sword, which rightfully so can offer us a lot of threats. But then on the other hand, it also allows us to perceive the domains and the horizons of knowledge, which was not possible for us to even imagine maybe a decade or 5 years back. I told you, in 2019, we could have not thought about having such a conference and panel of extreme experts getting connected from a lot of different parts across the globe, or even for that matter, a policymaker, a designer, an educationalist, and a hardcore, technological researcher sitting together and deliberating upon this point. But it is only with the help of technological advancements and human feats accomplished on these advancements that we are able to now perhaps extend the horizons of research.
Yeah, Dr. Mangalaji, maybe you can give some insights from the policy perspective, how we are thinking or planning, or the various governments are planning about it in terms of supporting resources to,
Yeah, definitely. Like answering to your first core question of bridging the gap. First thing is like the difference between fundamental research and applied research. Fundamentals remain the fundamentals. They are the fundamentals, like we have to build upon them on the first thing. And if you see history also, so we have these cycles where every subject reinvent themselves. Like even today, for being a YouTuber also you need to be relevant. Relevancy is the core. If you are not relevant, you are out of the game. So to be relevant, you have to change according to the world, and multidisciplinary approach is the way to go through that. So I'll just, and secondly, again, technology has offered us such a huge, such a good horizon, ki we have lots of scope. It has given us more flexibility. And I'll just narrate a personal experience in the sense where I was in the part of the planning team for increasing energy efficiency in power sector. So now this is one topic where what are the various facets that can come into this? Of course, power sector, highly technical things like, you have to think about transmission losses. Now you have those panel of experts coming. Okay, they are all talking about transmission. We don't understand anything related to that. Then you have the AI experts coming and plotting, what to say about the power purchase agreements and other protocols. Okay, so there is some problem in that. Now you have to devise a protocol. Okay, fine. So there is another set of person, his expertise, he's contributing to that. And then comes the next issue, metering and all those aspects. Again, you have another set of electrical engineers. They are coming and they're working on that. Okay, fine. Systemically, these things are okay. Then what about the HR there? HR, they have their things to understand. Maybe a psychologist can come in there, a managerial expert can come in there. He is contributing his bit. Then comes the society. Power is for the people. Like, coming to Madhya Pradesh, we are a power deficient state wherein we have huge issues relating to payment of bills also. Like, we are notorious for that. How do you deal with that? Attitude change of the people. So you have to, pick them from the, you have to go to the schools and maybe make a communication strategy. You have to make a whole communication plan. So what is the current attitude of the person? How do you bring in a attitudinal shift? And mind you, we are talking about attitudinal shift, and this is long-term research. So for that single thing of energy efficiency, look at the amount of, facets that has come under its ambit. Right. And if you just look at one aspect, no, we'll just look at the transmission losses. I think we have lost it. So, and mind you, we are moving towards a world which is going into a scarcity mode. So everybody has to work in a cooperative mode, in a collaborative mode, or as you rightly said, 4 people from entirely different segments of the strata have come and they are talking. So I think we are going in the right direction, and this collaboration is what is probably needed, and acceptance of the others' field is probably what is needed.
So rightly said, ma'am. Attitudinal shift is something what we need at this point of time. And when we talk of industry-academia collaboration, I think we also need to talk upon the resources to be pumped in the right area. Resources in terms of money and other resources. Is it taking a right direction? If not, if it is challenging in some ways, how do we actually take it forward from here?
Dr. Sheena, I think Anugraha ji is also having some point to make.
I just wanted to add a bit, which would perhaps also try to answer your question. So originally, to be honest with you, I belong to the discipline of Miss Merchant. I basically am an urban planner, so I have pursued my bachelor's undergraduate course in that. But it was possible for me to make the shift thanks to the prevailing technologies available at my disposal. And this offers us a lot of opportunities and perhaps also tries to answer your question. There are massive open online courses that are freely discharging the education pedagogies which are available in the top tier Ivy League universities of the West to the students who are really up for it. Yes, our willingness, our determination to be able to grasp that knowledge is important. But then once somebody is having the right kind of attitude to use the technologies for extending the horizons of knowledge creation, it is possible. I mean, the video snippets which we have received for this conference must have been initiated by the faculties by dropping those concerned persons a simple mail. So this also seeks to answer the question that the right kind of approach and application of a technology can perhaps answer the apprehensions and concerns and perhaps address the possibilities towards making the wide range of audience go into the desired direction of propagating or extending the interdisciplinary research and the horizons further.
Okay, madam, you have anything to add, please?
Like you were talking about how to get the resources for the research. I think for that also, collaboration is the answer. See, we all operate in a market-driven environment. Right. You have people who want this problem to be solved, and you have problem solvers out there. So it's about how you meet them. So for them, I think collaboration is the answer, and technology to a great extent. Today we have so many networking platforms, like, we know who are the seekers and who are the givers. I think market will play its own mechanism wherein a true researcher, a person like who is the gifted problem solver, like he will reach the person who is with the problem. That's what I feel.
Yeah, Mangalaji, you are right. And actually, to tell you the truth, this really is thought-provoking, what you said. In a sense that when we talk about resources for research, as if research is some isolated, activity, which is not. To my mind, there is a stream of academicians, and I think Anastasia would like to enlighten about it more from her perspective, from Russia, that in India, but at least we talk a lot about research, resources for research, as if it's an isolated practice, whereas research is an integral part of the curriculum. If you really think that way, that it's an integral part of the curriculum, and it's a classroom activity as well, right, then it makes a real sense to make this research interdisciplinary in a true manner. So I think so far as let me give you one example from India. I mean, our curriculum does not really, I don't think so, Dr. Sheena, allows us to be that much research friendly in the class, although we are thinking about it. But still, just give you, it would be embarrassing, but still in a computer application courses, we are teaching DOS prompt and stuff like that, and which is 1980s and 1990s and all that. That does not really facilitate the innovative idea and thoughts to be discussed in the classroom. Right. So somewhere I think the curriculum aspects are also contributing for this gap. So that's the scenario in India, but what do you say, Anastasia, about it?
Yeah, actually in Russia, we also have it as a part of a curriculum starting from actually the kids. It is, we call it additional education as well. So we have special also zones for kids, for small kids at the schools. They have faculties for the research. And we have outside the schools and universities another centers for the researchers, such as, for example, Skolkovo, and there are different kind of researchers appear in Russia. And not only Russian, but also international. So what I can tell that research, and also what nowadays in Russia is going on. In Moscow, we are building the startup village. So for those youngsters who would like to develop, who have their bright ideas, researchers, etc., they can live and work there, do joint researches, develop there, and the best startups, they also can get subsidies from the government part and from the private bodies. So for example, our university, we are the biggest private university in Russia with more than 200,000 students studying at our university, but we also are interested in startups and researchers, and we are giving them grants. We're giving them funds for that, to develop and to proceed. So that is how we do there. So we believe that creating this kind of village where research can be done even from the young age is the key to success. So that is what is in the project right now. And if it will be the same in India, I think it also can give a lot of input to that. And it can be joint, like again, joint centers and villages where we can send our like talented students and pupils and researchers, and you can send your, for example. That's also the future.
So rightly said, Ritvik sir, and you know, that is exactly what our Indian knowledge system also talks, isn't that so?
Yes, exactly. It's all about collaboration, you know, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, and, you know, coming together, tamsoma jyotirgamaya, whatever you call it. I mean, that's the core thought is there. Sure. So thank you very much, and with these notes, we really extend our thanks to the August panel. Anastasia, thank you very much for being here with us. Ravisha ji, thank you for sharing your thoughts. Anugrah, thank you for coming and being with us, sharing your thoughts. And Mangala ji also giving us very nice inputs. And you really touched my heart when you talked about, you know, attitudinal shift and behavioral change in electricity, you know, behavior. That's exactly I have been interested personally in, you know. My research has been focused around, though it was all engineering topic, that riddle I also faced. It's all about engineering dominated domain, and where I was something confused about how behavioral research can be done about this. So that was really thoughtful, ma'am.
So in an area of specialization, I feel it is very important to link different fields.
Exactly.
And we are very happy that BSS gave us this platform where we got together the ignited mind of galaxies together, and we spoke on this issue. This would be live streamed on YouTube, and we would always be revisiting these memories all through.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you once again, Dr. Sheena, and all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
May I request the panelists to please remain on stage, please? Much food for thought has been served for us through this discussion. Once again, thank you so much. I now request Dr. Sister Sonia Kurian, Professor Vinay Mishra, Dr. Laila Simon, Ms. Manju Mehta, Dr. Ashish Dilraj to kindly come on stage and felicitate our guests. I request our dignitaries to please join us on stage. Mr. Avinash, please come on stage, please. Sergey Skorobokotov, you are requested to be on stage. Dimitri, sir. Igor. I request all our dignitaries to come on stage, please. I also request the heads of the various departments, track in charges, and the organizing committee to come on stage for the group photograph which would follow this felicitation program. I request Dr. Sister Sonia Kurian to present a memento to Mr. Avinash Sivalkar as a token of our love and gratitude. May we have a huge round of applause for our dignitaries on stage. Please present the mementos to our dignitaries as a token of our much appreciation, gratitude, and respect. You have given us new dimensions to think over and to work on. I request all the HODs to join us on stage, various track in charges. We are here to build memories. Please come and join us on stage, please. Mr. Nitin Jain, sir, Academic Coordinator. You are requested to come on stage, please. Special word of gratitude for our panelists, Dr. Anastasia Shanshina, Ms. Ravisha Merchant, Mr. Anugrah Nagaich, Dr. Mangala Gori. May we have a group photograph, please? Who are present in the auditorium can join us for the group photograph, please.
Can we also have all the other teachers, those who are seated, please come forward for a group photograph. Amir sir, I can see Sister Shalom. All the invitees, all the members of staff, BSS, please come forward. Let's have a photograph together. Sapna ma'am, I can see you here. Turki ma'am, please come forward. Requesting all the staff to come. Amit sir, please join. Come, please. All the staff, please come forward. Supriya ma'am, Anuradha ma'am, please come forward.
Well begun is half done. I also take this opportunity to thank our MOU partners for holding our hands for this academic event. As we reach the end of our inaugural session, I once again thank each one of you present here. This overwhelming moment reminds me of a few lines from the prayer song by Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. Into that freedom of heaven, my Father, let my country awake. Let us pledge to utilize the thoughts and ideas generated in this conference for the good of our progressive society. Let us stand for the national anthem, please.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I extend my invite to all the participants